Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into our own family tree, but maybe not in the way you're thinking. We're talking about the Hominidae, better known as the great apes. This incredible family of primates includes not just us, but also some of our closest living relatives. So who's in this exclusive club? Well, there are 8 living species spread across 4 main groups. First, you have the orangutans, which include the Bornean, Sumatran, and the recently identified Tapanuli species. Then there are the mighty gorillas, split into eastern and western species. Next up are our closest cousins, the chimpanzees and bonobos. And finally, there's us, Homo sapiens, the only surviving species in our group. Now, the way we talk about this family has actually changed a lot over time. Originally, scientists used the word hominid to describe only humans and our extinct ancestors, like Neanderthals. But as our understanding of genetics and evolution grew, especially by the 1990s, the picture got a lot clearer. We realized that humans, chimps, gorillas, and orangutans are all so closely related that we belong in the same family, Hominidae. So what do scientists call just humans and our direct ancestors now? They use the term hominin. This refers to everyone on our branch of the tree after we split from the chimpanzee lineage. So to recap from modern science, hominid means all great apes, including us, while hominin is the human-specific branch. It can be a bit confusing because you might still see older books or articles using hominid in its original human-only sense. So how does this big family break down? Scientists divide the Hominidae into 2 main subfamilies. The first is Ponginae, which is the group that includes the orangutans. The second, and the one we belong to, is Homininae. This group includes humans, chimpanzees, and gorillas. It's like a smaller, more exclusive family reunion within the larger great ape gathering. To understand how we all got here, we need to travel back in time, millions of years in fact. Scientists estimate that the common ancestor of all living great apes lived around 14 million years ago. That's when the ancestors of orangutans branched off from the lineage that would eventually lead to gorillas, chimps, and humans. If we go even further back, somewhere between 15 and 20 million years ago, our ancestors split from the gibbons, which are considered the lesser apes. So our evolutionary path has been a long and winding road, with different relatives branching off at different points in history. This incredibly close genetic relationship we share with other great apes doesn't just fascinate scientists. It also raises some profound ethical questions. Organizations like the Great Ape Project argue that because chimpanzees, gorillas, bonobos, and orangutans are intelligent, self-aware beings with rich emotional lives, they deserve basic rights, much like humans. They can feel joy, grief, and empathy, which challenges us to think about where we draw the line. These growing ethical concerns have had a real-world impact. In fact, 29 countries have now banned the use of great apes in scientific research. This is a huge step forward in recognizing their unique status and ensuring they are treated with the protection and humanity they deserve. So, understanding the Hominidae family isn't just a lesson in biology. It's a journey into our own origins, helping us understand what makes us human. It also forces us to consider our responsibilities to our closest living relatives in the animal kingdom, these incredible beings who share so much of our DNA and our world. Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're diving deep into our own family tree to answer a fascinating question. What exactly is a hominid? You might be surprised to learn that it includes more than just us humans. The term is Hominidae, and it's the scientific family name for all the great apes. This incredible group includes 8 living species, which scientists sort into 4 main groups. First, there's Pongo, which covers the 3 species of orangutans, the Bornean, Sumatran, and the recently discovered Tapanuli. Next up is gorilla, which includes both the eastern and western gorillas. Then we have Pan, the group containing our closest living relatives, chimpanzees and bonobos. And finally there's Homo, the group to which we, Homo sapiens, belong. We're the last surviving species in our lineage. Now, the definition of hominid has actually changed quite a bit over time. Originally, scientists used it to describe only humans and our extinct, upright walking ancestors. Think Lucy the Australopithecus. But as our understanding of genetics and evolution grew, the picture became much clearer. By the 1990s, the evidence was overwhelming. Humans, chimps, gorillas, and orangutans are all so closely related that we belong in the same family. So, to be more precise, scientists now use a different term, hominin, to talk specifically about humans and our direct ancestors after we split from the chimpanzee line. Hominid, on the other hand, now refers to the entire great ape family, including us. It can be a little confusing because you might still see older books or articles using hominid in its old human-only sense. But for modern science, if you're a great ape, you're a hominid. Let's break down the family tree a little further. Within the Hominidae family, there are two main subfamilies. The first is Hominidae, which is the branch for orangutans. The second is Hominidae, a group that includes gorillas, chimpanzees, bonobos, and of course humans. This shows just how closely linked we are. The story of our family began a very long time ago. Scientists estimate that the common ancestor of all great apes lived around 14 million years ago. That's when the orangutan lineage branched off. Before that, about 15 to 20 million years ago, our ancestors split from the gibbons, which are known as the lesser apes. This incredibly close genetic connection between humans and other great apes has sparked some really important ethical conversations. Organizations like the Great Ape Project argue that because non-human great apes are intelligent, self-aware beings with rich emotional lives, they deserve basic rights, like the right to life and freedom from harm. These aren't just abstract ideas, they've led to real-world change. In fact, 29 countries have now banned invasive research on great apes, recognizing their special status and the need to protect them. So understanding the Hominidae family is about more than just memorizing names and dates. It's about recognizing our place in the natural world. It shows us the deep evolutionary roots we share with our amazing cousins and forces us to think about our responsibilities toward them. We are all part of this incredible, sprawling family of great apes. Ever wondered what you have in common with a gorilla or an orangutan? A lot more than you might think. Let's dive into the fascinating family of Hominidae, also known as the great apes. This incredible group includes not just us humans, but also our closest living relatives: orangutans, gorillas, chimpanzees, and bonobos. So, who exactly is in this family? There are 8 living species split into 4 main groups. We have Pongo, which covers the 3 species of orangutans, the Bornean, Sumatran, and the recently discovered Tapanuli. Then there's gorilla, which includes both the eastern and western gorillas. Next up is Pan, the group that contains our very close cousins, chimpanzees and bonobos. And finally, there's Homo, where modern humans, or Homo sapiens, are the last ones standing. Now, the terminology can get a little tricky, so let's clear it up. Originally, scientists used the word hominid to talk only about humans and our extinct ancestors, like Neanderthals. But as our understanding of genetics exploded, the definition expanded. By the 1990s, the evidence was undeniable. Humans, chimps, gorillas, and orangutans are all part of the same genetic family. So scientists needed a new term. Today, hominin refers specifically to humans and our direct ancestors after we split from the chimpanzee line. Meanwhile, hominid now describes the entire great ape family, including us. You might still see older books or articles using hominid in its original human-only sense, but the broader definition is the one most scientists use today. So, how does this family tree branch out? The Hominidae family is divided into 2 main subfamilies. The Hominidae subfamily is home to the orangutans. The Hominidae subfamily includes gorillas, chimpanzees, bonobos, and of course, humans. We are all Hominidae. The story of our family began millions of years ago. Picture this. About 14 million years ago, the ancestors of orangutans decided to go their own way, branching off from the lineage that would eventually lead to humans, chimps, and gorillas. And even further back, somewhere between 15 and 20 million years ago, our shared ancestors split from the gibbons, or the lesser apes. Our journey of discovery has been long, piecing together fossil records and genetic data to build this incredible family history. It's like a massive puzzle, and each new find adds another piece, giving us a clearer picture of where we came from. For example, the split between the human and chimpanzee lineages happened relatively recently in evolutionary terms, only about 6 to 7 million years ago. That's why we share about 98.8% of our DNA with chimpanzees and bonobos. We're more closely related to them than they are to gorillas. This close genetic connection raises some profound ethical questions. If we are so similar, what does that mean for how we treat our ape relatives? Organizations like the Great Ape Project argue that because chimpanzees, gorillas, orangutans, and bonobos are intelligent, emotional, and self-aware beings, they deserve basic legal rights like the right to life and protection from harm. These discussions are having a real-world impact. Recognizing the sentience and complex social lives of great apes, 29 countries have now banned their use in invasive scientific research. It's a huge step forward in acknowledging our responsibility to protect our closest family in the animal kingdom. Many of these species are critically endangered due to habitat loss and poaching, so this ethical shift is more important than ever. In the end, understanding the Hominidae family does more than just satisfy our curiosity about evolution. It challenges our perception of what it means to be human and forces us to look at our place in the natural world. We are part of a rich, ancient, and diverse family. By studying our great ape relatives, we learn more about ourselves, our biology, our behavior, and our own evolutionary story. They are a living, breathing connection to our shared past. Thanks for joining me on this journey through our amazing family tree. If you found this fascinating, please hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into the natural world, and share this video with anyone who loves science and animals. See you next time.